So to start with, we need to go ahead and remove the radiator cover, and that begins by removing all of these clips that are here. If you watched my horn install, same thing. So just pop the top here with a small screwdriver or a pry tool, and these will pop right out. And so we'll go ahead and get some tools and we'll lift this out to start with, and then we'll go to the next level. All right, let's go ahead and start by popping all of these center pieces up. They should just lift essentially straight up. Find a safe harbor for them. I like using that wiper cowl for a lot of things like that. And then this piece will just, oops, missed one. I popped it loose, but didn't grab it. So, and then once you get all those out, this will just kind of lift straight up and out of the way. Set that off to the side somewhere. And now we have the next step. So there are 3 10mm bolts here. There's one here, one in the middle, and one here. So we got to take those off. And then there are 2 more clips, just like we loosened there. There's one here and there's one here. And that way we can take this snorkel off and kind of get it out of the way. And theoretically, you could go ahead and just do the one and the snorkel will come with the bumper. But I prefer just to move that out of the way so I don't accidentally break it. It is just plastic. So I'll go ahead and remove these 2 clips. These 2 clips are identical to those 6, and then this snorkel can pop up. There is one little clip here on the left. There we go. Oh, it's a double squeeze. That's why I probably use my needle nose pliers on it. So yeah, that's the easiest way to do it on this one. It's a double clamp on it, as you can see right here. Just a double clamp. So easiest way would be to do with some needle nose or something and clamp it from both sides. So but get this up and out of the way. Now let's get a 10mm and we'll take off those bolts there. That sucker was tight. There we go. Okay. 2 different kind of bolts. So the odd one, the long odd one, is the middle one. Okay, so everything is now loose from the top middle. So I need to go over to the wheel wells next, and I'll show you what we got to undo there. Under each fender on the side of the bumper, there are small clips. So you see them right here. So see these little clips? See them right here? So there's one right there. Here's one right here. And there's one right there. So those clips we got to pop out. These little ones right here were the same ones that when I changed the fender vents there. This was one of the 24 upgrades, so that I had to pop out. So, and then this is also a little clip right here that this just pulls apart once we get these others out. We'll just pop that apart at the very end after we undo the bottom ones. But we just want to undo these little ones and use a little pick or a little small screwdriver and work these out. They're very small, very delicate, so take your time. I'm going to go ahead and pop those off and get them out of the way. I wanted to show you on these little tiny clips, and they are tiny, but there is a small flat portion. See that on the bottom part there? And there's one on each side of it. You see right there. That allows you to get a real small flat blade screwdriver or a pick underneath it to pop the middle section up, and then you can pop it out. So just be careful. These are very small, as you can see in my hand, very tiny. So be careful that you don't break any of these. So now I will go ahead and do the same thing on this side. So there's 1, 2, and 3. So we'll take those 3 clips off. As you can see, all 3 are off now. So now we will move to the underside under here and take the bolts off. We need to take off all of the 10mm bolts. So there's one there, and then just kind of go around. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So since I have the aftermarket lip on, there are additional screws right here, but the screws don't have to be taken off, and this lip will come off with the front bumper all in one piece because it's attached to this piece right here. So there's nothing we have to do extra because of the front lip. So it comes off the same way whether this lip is on there or not. So let me get my 10mm and we will start taking bolts off. So those are all sitting off. I did them on both sides. There's the rest of them. So now we can go ahead and unsnap both sides of the bumper. So I'll drop the car again, and then we will take the front bumper off. And there are 3 wires we have to detach. Each fog light has a wire, and so does the emblem for the radar cruise and stuff. So we will go ahead and disconnect those. I think I can actually disconnect the one for the emblem right now, and I'll probably do that if I can reach it okay. I was able to reach around without a problem. There's the connector right there for the center emblem. So, and it just attaches right down in there. So, and it's just a simple where you push right here, right on that side of it, and it lifts the pin right there, and you push and pull at the same time, and it'll pop out. So that one I don't have to worry about now. So now I just have to worry about disconnecting the 2 fog lights as I pop the corners. Just gonna separate the bumper from the fender liner here and try to get it unsnapped just like that. And then this clip right here is just that. It's a clip, and it kind of gotta get it separated. kind of snaps around the fender liner. It wants to like clamp onto it. So I'm just trying to kind of like slowly work its way out of its jaw, kind of, per se. It will be one of those things that just kind of gives up. But it won't give up easy. Sometimes these things will pop out right away, and sometimes they won't. So let's see if I can get the rest of the snaps up here. There's another one. There we go. So now it's just up to this last. Jeez, boy. There it goes. There it goes. It's free now. Okay, now this side feels completely free. And there's just a couple of clips around the front. Now we'll go to the other side and do the same thing that we did. Go ahead and start here again. See if we can get this first snap. There we go. There's the second, there's the third. So there's that. Now, we can get this one to give up a little easier this time. There we go. There we go. So, there we go. Now it's completely free that way. Now we can just lift from the center and take the whole thing off. Now we've got everything loose from the bottom and the sides. Top is loose, so now I just have to kind of lift off. I've got a couple boxes here. If you've got somebody else that can help you with this, then it's easy because you can each kind of take a side. But if you're by yourself, you have something you can kind of place it on, because remember, I have two wires I still have to disconnect from there. So let's go ahead and get these last few clips on the top done. Just kind of lift it out. There you go. Go. Everything is loose, and I can just kind of pull it out and get to the wires for the fog lights. And what you just heard there, so these are the vents that go from here to the wheel wells. Those pieces are just held on kind of by kind of being sandwiched in there. And so I'm going to set this down first. They're just sandwiched in there, so there's nothing holding them in. So once you take the bumper off, they're free to come out. So they just slip in one end, and then the bumper goes on and holds it in with the inlet. So that's why those flop around. Bumper is off. Have full access to everything. So I've got a few different things that I'm going to do here, but this way everybody can see how to do the bumper. And of course, installation is the reverse and of that, and we'll go from there. So I'll do some of the other things, and then I'll go ahead and we'll do those when I'm ready to put it back on. I'll do that, so I'll make the video complete. Just won't let you kind of guess, but it is the exact reverse of this. So it's a matter of kind of hanging it on and then clipping it around, and you make the connections. So it's good to know too that all you gotta do is make the two fog light connections, since you can get to this one with it in position. So a couple tips when you're putting the bumper back on. So go ahead and slip the top back in, get the two clips here in, and I went ahead and put in 2 of the bolts. Make sure that you get this piece, this white piece, lined up, and the black plastic piece right here goes centered into it. It's easy to get it cockeyed if you don't line it up straight in. And I put the screws in. I didn't tighten them down all the way, give it a little bit of movement, but that way the top is kind of anchored and it won't move around on you. Underneath, make sure that the panels, these underneath panels here, are tucked up and under the bumper. It's easy for them to want to be out, and then the bumper won't want to rotate down and they'll get caught up. So what I did is I made sure that those were all tucked up under, and then the bumper kind of rotated down and they're not in the way, and it makes life a lot easier. And then you're able to come around to the side and get it. So I've already done this side and it went pretty smoothly. And then this side, the key is you want to make sure that this liner here is all inside of this bumper edge here. So I've already got the fog lights plugged in. That was the first thing I did. And I found that, I won't be able to show you doing this, but what I did is I put my hand right here on the vent, and I used my opposite hand, in this case my left hand, holding the air vent itself, and I kind of pulled it right into it to line it up, and then once it sandwiched it, it was good, and then I was able to press these in, snap them in, and then snap these in, and it was pretty quick and easy. It wasn't too bad. I'll see if I can show you what I just explained. What I want to do is I want to guide the funnel. So I kind of hold this here, and as I pull the bumper, back, I just want to make sure that it's over the opening of the vent there. So there we go. And kind of get that lined up, and then I want to try to make sure that these pieces are inside the bumper. If you haven't snapped it in yet, it's a little easier. Then, once you get those snapped in, this one popped out. That's what I found, that it's hard to keep them all on the inside, so you kind of got to go back and then snap back under. This one, this lower one right here, is really stiff. Not only to get on, but to get off too. So I think you'll be able to see that everything kind of, all the holes line up for all the clips. So, and there we go. It's actually not as bad once I figured out the best way to do it. It wasn't as difficult as I thought. So that is the bumper back on. Then the last thing is the clips on each side, putting the tray back in here and all the clips there. So looks like you got a screw there, and once all the clips are in, this will be a done deal. So I got the clips popped in on both sides there, all three of them there. So now it's coming back around. So just snugged these three all the way down. Do not forget to do your plug for your radar. There we go. So now that is connected again. There's my deer whistle. I love how it just kind of looks factory. Almost would never know. And now I need to put on the snorkel piece here. So here's the snorkel piece. This just goes down. This clips in there. And then we've got a push pin for it right here. I do think that it's interesting that it doesn't connect right there. I think that's very, very interesting. So, and then there's one more push pin right here at the top. There we go. So that is in. So now, come over and get this situated, and I'll put all my clips in there. And there we have it, guys. Bumper is completely back on. So I will make a video of just the bumper to keep that separate for people that want to know how to do that quickly and easily. And, you know, just doing it once, I got this bumper down now. I know the little tricks to it, so not that difficult. So, and even having the lip, I will mention this, having the lip made no difference. It comes right off with the bumper as one piece, no difference at all. So don't be concerned if you have this lip anyway, and I don't think any other lips will be any different. So if it's using the factory bolts. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. So appreciate you coming along. And until next time, we'll see you down the road.